Good morning, good morning. There we go. Sorry to wait an extra minute or two there. I just had to quickly get a few things ready at the side. Good morning. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and that you enjoyed the day with your friends and family and so on. Just want to get going here on Discord as well. For Mac and the other guys if they want to join. So there you go. Okay. Good morning, Krister, Jet Power, Steve. Good morning, guys. Okay, so I've been reliably told there's 364 days until Christmas. So put that in your calendar. We'll wait for it to come again. Right. In the interim, Christmas of this year isn't quite done. And thanks to Michele Longi, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Hello, Mac. Thanks to him, we've got 5 serial numbers of his excellent piece of software that we're going to raffle off today. And this time it will be a real raffle. So you need to read the rules, please. Don't enter if you do not have an iPad. Okay, I think that's the most important one because you're going to waste your own time and our time. Make sure you've got an iPad. Make sure you've got a valid account on the Apple Store, because we're going to need that to allocate this into your account. And then by all means, add your little exclamation mark FDF into the system. Just want to check if Nightbot's on already. See what it says. Chat unavailable. Why not seeing my chat? It's just refresh that quickly. Now it sees the chat. Next. No, Jet Power, unfortunately not. No, this was written for iOS. It's an Apple product, so we are limited, not out of choice, but just the way it's made. So unfortunately, it won't work. Hello, Jacob. Hello, Archibus. But anyway, look, it's open. You guys can enter the raffle already. You can only enter once. The Nightbot won't allow you to enter, multiple times. So anyway, between now and I would say, I think we need to make like a cutoff. Let's say top of descent. Once we start the descent, we're going to do the actual pressing of the button to choose the winner. And if there is somebody, yay. If there is nobody, it stands over to the next stream. It's easy as that. And if you don't claim your prize before the stream ends, it stands over to the next stream as well. Or we quickly do another draw. I think we'll do another draw, and then if that doesn't work, we'll stand over till the next time. So unfortunately, that's how it is. You guys are welcome to go at it, and please enjoy the flight with me. And there's nothing special about today's flight apart from the fact that it is a test flight. Let's quickly talk about that. I really wanted to help Zibo, so I offered more help, and then he quickly made some changes and things. One of the things we did discuss was the instability of the localizer and the struggle the Zibomod seemed to have picked up recently while flying the localizer. Whether you do an LPV, EGNOS, WAS, GLS, ILS, doesn't matter. This thing was very unstable. So he says to me that he thinks he's fixed it. I must test it. So here we go. This is one of the things we will test. And he said it should work under most or any weather conditions. Because one of the things we also discussed was when we have a bit of a tailwind, the unfortunate, how can we put it, the problem, that unfortunate problem then, was a bit worse. So you can check the changelog in the notes below the video, and we can discuss that. Zipa, if you're watching, good morning. If you're not watching and you're watching it later, thank you very much. And that's it. Yes, the whole time. Don't know where that comes from. Anyway, Mac, are you here?
Yeah, I'm just catching up with what you're saying. I'm going to say it looks like you and Zebo have been busy.
Yes, yes, yes. Because this is actually the third iteration of the testing. Okay, so yes, and now I'm going to see what the end result is now. This one. So you guys are obviously going to witness it with me. Thomas, just one quick thing. You entered the little word incorrectly. It's an exclamation mark, and then you need to do that. What's it? FDF, I think I said, eh? That's exclamation mark FDF. I don't know what you put in there, but it didn't register your entry. So just try it again, please, Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Jacob, he did not specify that he tuned the autopilot. He specifically looked at the localizer. So his report back to me was there was a bug in the localizer code that he sorted out. Okay. Because we did discuss either the APU is too fast or too slow. Those were 2 points we did discuss with each other. We, had to analyze some of my landings and videos and things, and work through it. So, yeah, let's see what happened. I'm not sure what the weather is like there at the destination yet. So let's see. We are okay. It's 8 knot wind. All right. I'll see what happens when we get there because we've scheduled ourselves to land on runway 17. Because of the wind, but to do the test, we might actually do both. Do 17, do a go around, turn around, and come back, just to test with a tailwind as well. Because I don't know. I mean, you guys must have seen it. You guys must have picked up on it that the localizer was struggling a little bit. So let's see what happens. Right, Thomas, just one more time. Please check that key code that you typed in there. It must be exclamation FDF, eh? Because I still see you haven't entered the competition correctly, at least. Okay. That's it. Let's get the APU going and get going. Christer, I can't say that yet. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. You know how Zebo works. He doesn't give me a whole thesis when he reports back. He just says to me that he's found a bug in the localizer code. He's fixed it. I must try it. So I don't know exactly.
Can I ask the comment as well? CG changes to tests. Twkster to confirm.
Yes, okay. I haven't spoken about that yet.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, Mac. I forgot about it for a second there. Okay. Yes. So regarding that comment, I did not notice, for instance, that the views changed, but Zebo did pick up on a CG issue. Okay. Again, Mackie didn't specify very much, specifically what it was. He just said that Twkster needs to now check what he fixed. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is about the gist of what I know. I don't know more than that.
Okay.
So yeah,
So what changed in the view? Was it up,
nothing.
down,
No,
back?
nothing.
No.
Nothing
Right.
changed. So I don't know exactly what it is. What exactly changed? There's no change in my views. I didn't have to adapt anything.
So he hasn't moved the CG position. He's just done some coding.
Yes, yeah, some fixed. So I'm not exactly sure what it is. Okay, Steve, mods are not allowed at this time. For the entry. Let me just quickly have a look, see if I can maybe edit that. Because when I set it up, that was one of the things that was grayed out, is the moderators. Let's see. UI options. Back. Okay. Steve, I've actually enabled the moderators now. So give it a bash. See if you can enter. No. Well, try it. I've actually enabled it. There's no reason. I mean, look, guys, the raffle isn't done by me. I'm not sitting here pulling a name out of hat. I'm going to do it live on air. You'll see me press a button and the system picks a winner. So whether you're a mod or not, it's absolutely irrelevant. Okay. Jacob, if your anticipation cues is in the correct place, the aircraft will never turn away. So I can't really comment more than that on your comment there. I've never ever had it turn away unless my course value is not set correctly. If that course value is not set correctly for the ILS, the aircraft will turn away. That's the only time I know of that it will turn away. Morning, Noodles. Morning, Andy. Hello, Eugene. Okay, so Steve, you can enter, eh? I haven't seen your entry yet, so you're welcome to enter. Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's enough talk now. Let's get going. Mac, what was the other thing? Was there one more thing in that list? I don't have it in front of me. That changelog.
Hang on. Script changes.
Script changes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. The script changes. Okay.
Star approach IDs.
Yes. Okay. So there was a request from third-party developers that they want to see the actual sit star and approaches that's chosen and used during the flight. Okay. And in order for them to see it, there was a little change that needed to be made, to the scripts. That's all. Just to make it
but
visible.
there've been no visibility difference in the cockpit, though, will there?
It's not for us. This is for developers. It's not for us. Try again, Jacob, but note your course value, eh? Let's see.
And there are, just to clarify, there are some slight variations sometime between what Zibo perceives the course heading to be, and maybe what you'll see on Navigraph charts.
Yes.
If you have a yellow line through the course direction on the PFD, then go down and check at the FMC what the frequency should be.
Yeah, the course value, yes. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
No, that's fine, Mac. The other thing is, gents, please tell me that you can hear Mac trying. Mac, in our previous stream, nobody could hear anybody on Discord for some reason. I don't know, it never broadcasted. So I just want to check that the people can actually hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Steve said yes. Okay.
Fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Perhaps people don't want to hear me anyway, Nico.
No, the problem is I went back and I actually listened. If we don't hear your voice, the context gets broken. The whole idea between you being here is just wasted. It's just gone, which is sad.
It means you're answering questions that you don't know what...
what the question was. You're hearing answers but no questions, or vice versa. This piece of software that I'm using, this Steel Series sonar thing for the audio, it's a brilliant piece of kit, but it loses its way every now and then. It just goes off the reservation, and then I have to go and troubleshoot and find out what went wrong, why, things like that, and it's got this automatic gain changes that there is no setting that I can see for it, but every now and then when I look, it's changed my gain on my mic to almost 0. And it's just stupid. I rely on you guys listening on the live stream to tell us when something like that happens. Okay, and I didn't take Linda with me today because of her interference on that gear lever, eh? So I said to Zibo, we'll test the flight save situations again, eh?
Okay. Is this with Sim Heaven and...
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I did some tests last night weekly without them. And then this morning when I started up, I forgot to, take them out again.
The other question I was going to ask was, is this CFG business likely to have increased the pressure on the nose wheel? We've had problems with...
My nose wheel is solid for the last 2 versions already, especially in my test versions. Really good. But I don't know. Zibo never specified more than just what he told.
Thing is, until we get onto an icy runway or something, we're not going to know, are we?
Yeah. Hello, Dennis. Merry Christmas. You were up early this morning, eh? Okay, I think I've got it. We're ready to go.
So, did everybody here get the Christmas presents they hoped for to enhance their simming experience?
I got nothing for the sim, but I got a new shaving machine, so I can shave my beard again. New shaver. Ja, hey Dennis. Night I landed here. It was actually raining. Now it's just night, but there needs to be something on the skin. I'm totally confused now. Is this the runway or the taxiway? No, runway is still ahead of me. Archibus, thank you so much. Same to you there.
That's a good question, Nico. When you're descending.
0 VS1. Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Approaching 06 right. On runway 06 right.
Toga, let's go. Oh, nice dip, eh? Right. See, that's not yes. Now to get back in the swing myself. Need to make screenshots, Jacob. Put it on this the forum for Zibo if you see things like that. Up. It's off. It's get that icing going. Beautiful. Glad I saw it. Chris, the top of descent for me is probably an hour, just over an hour. I think in the planning phase, I don't have the OFP with me. Wait. Let me go read it. This is almost a 2-hour flight. So you've got well over an hour at least. So if you run to the shop, you'll be fine. I know you'll be fine because you're a man. You walk in, you take what you need, you leave. You don't go and do window shopping. So welcome to go. $922 Zulu. Okay, there you go. Now that's hour and 10 minutes you've got. Okay, look what I've noticed. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Not following the LNAV path. Why is that? Why would that? I know this is a test model, but this is bad. I haven't seen a mishap like that in a long time. Oops.
Hmm.
That's a big boo-boo. It was going to that conditional waypoint. I'm wondering, I think there was something wrong there. Something with that conditional waypoint. Oh, I really like these clouds. Oh. Oh, wow. Press the wrong button. I wanted to press shift and 4. Now press shift and 3. Hello. Yo, look at that. Look at the background. Look at the different shades in the coloring and stuff. Wow. That's impressive.
Which airport do you take off from, Nico?
Lepa. Palma de Mallorca.
ICAO code?
Sorry?
ICAO code?
LEPA. Lepa. It was runway 06 on the Ipama 3 Romeo departure. Yeah, those guard rays, Archibus, I'm with you. Those guard rays are spectacular. Yeah, but these cloud layers are thick, guys. Yeah, that wing flex.
I would expect to see something on the radar, Nico.
There's been a little bit. Every now and then there is a little bit, but it's not as pronounced as one would think it is.
Yeah,
So,
my feeling is it's not reporting
yeah,
the
I don't
game
know.
enough.
Yeah, I don't know what the altitude of the water is. See, and I mean, I could probably go and try and find. Going so fast, I might actually go over it. There, you see it's below us. That's why. What's that? 18,000? 17,000. We're above the big water. So that's not in our path.
But it should still show the hatch, shouldn't it?
Yes. Should. It's not showing that cloud field, relief. It's just doing. See, when you go lower, there's lots of water down there. And it does pick up. That's 15,000. Well, now we've climbed above it. So. Good morning, Vaughan. At least it's now sticking to the route. Foxtrot Hotel. The changelog is in the notes below the video. So basically,
No, the departure said for where you took off from.
is EPAM 3 Romeo. Ipama 3 Romeo.
Yeah, which said.
That's the SID. It's 06 right. Ipama 3 Romeo. The actual document number is 10-3. So it's Ipama 3 Romeo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, so the big thing that is changed here is Zibo found an issue with the localizer code. I've been noticing in a couple of versions now that the aircraft struggles to keep the localizer. It first of all struggles to get onto it, and then it struggles to keep it. So we had a nice big talk about that one. Zibo went hunting, came back and he said, yes, he found the issue. And now I need to test if the localizer behaves better. So the plan at this point in time is when we get to Porto, I'm actually going to do a go around. So we're going to have a head-on wind of about 8 knots. After the go around, we're going to turn around and come back on the opposite runway so we can have the 8-knot tailwind. And we want to see the behavior of the aircraft under both conditions. All right, so I just threw in a bit of flight in there as well, instead of just doing the circuit at Porto, because of the giveaway that we're doing, this raffle, that we want to get a lot of guys to enter the competition. Currently, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that have entered the competition already. So if you have an iPad and you would like to stand a chance to win this FMS software that you can use with the Zibomod, please enter. The details in the notes below the video. Right, so that's the first thing, is the localizer code. The second thing is Zibo also found a problem with the CG. All right, he did not specify exactly what it is, but he wants Twkster to also now go and check it out, because he fixed it. So before this thing gets released, Twkster needs to test it and if he's okay on it. I did not notice a change in the camera views. I'm still using my old camera views. So if there is a change, it's going to be very minimal, to the point where I can't pick it up with my naked eye, just like that. Okay. And then there's another thing which I can't actually test. It's for third-party developers that Zibo just did something for them. So my other test will obviously just be a recollection of a flight save situation. Right. We haven't tested the autosave, Mac. We need to test the autosave as well. And then
Right.
I
You
think
can do
what we
it
need
before
to
you
do-
get to top of climb.
Yeah, when I get to top of climb, I'll start making some save situations. Then we can test them again.
Well, I was going to say, if you do one before you get to top of
Oh,
climb.
it's too late. Too late. Mac, we're there. Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
Steve, I believe it was. That was a conditional waypoint, and I think the aircraft didn't handle the conditional waypoint very well in the takeoff. Artie, I'm not
Yes.
sure if I said hello, but anyway, hello. Yes, Mac?
Just looking at that myself, as to why it may not have picked it up.
You see at DME 8, that Juliet Oscar Alpha, that's where it was supposed to make the turn. And it didn't. Sorry, I'm lying. It did, but then it didn't stay on the line to Petam. That's where it lost it. It actually
Yeah.
turned around and came downwind. It turned around
There's
and came down.
There's an arc there. It should have flown and picked up on the arc from
Yes.
MJV. And it looks like it didn't pick that up, did it?
Yep, Mr. Arc.
That might be in the coding for the departure of Navigraph, maybe, not
Maybe you
necessarily.
need to.
Yeah. Have to fly that one again, out of interest.
Yeah. Right, so cabin has been released. They can stretch their legs and can now just sit and relax. Ladies and gents, also in the show notes is a link to the software that you stand a chance of winning today. So please make an effort and just go have a look, see. Make sure that you do qualify if you enter, because otherwise it won't work for you, right? So let's go check nicely. Ah, Christer, no, my friend, you've got plenty of time left. I'll come back. We've only barely reached the top of climb. See, I told you.
Interesting.
Hmm?
One thing you did miss, Krista, was the takeoff said it didn't follow it.
Yeah, it missed the takeoff set a bit. So
You
there's
may
something.
want to check that out.
Hello, Aaron.
Perhaps, Nico, you could put into chat Leaper and the SID that you flew. Then Krista can check it out, perhaps.
The set is in the notes below the video. It's in my flight
Oh,
plan.
fair enough, fair enough.
As I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this massive FPS gain we received with this latest X-Plane update, have you guys had the same? Because I'm loving it. My X-Plane is running so nicely now.
Yes, that's the same issue. Scott, Krista. But it's a case of whether it's the Navigraph coding or whether it's Zibomod not picking it up.
Hello, Alex. Hello, Andrew. Oh, FPS is great. Yeah, we're all good, Alex, and you sound very cheerful. Nice to have you here, man. Yeah, I've seen something similar, Archipus. Christian, until you press altitude intervent, it should stop you, but I'm speaking under correction. If Sasso pops in, we can ask him just to confirm. Okay?
Nico,
Mm.
is that true?
What the VS? That the VS will
Because
I don't
you're
know.
not in you're not in VNAV, are
VNAV.
you?
Yeah. So yeah. Now that you mention it, you see, yes, Sasso. Sasso will give the definitive answer, but I think the VS will
Exactly.
go through. Yes. Go.
Good morning. Good
Morning.
morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Taking question from Krister. Correct. Vertical speed is a medium level of automation. In other words, vertical speed, level change, they don't care about the FMC legs page. VNAV is the highest level of automation in terms of pitch. And so VNAV, only if you are in VNAV, they will talk directly with the legs page and they will take any speed or altitude restriction. So in vertical speed, if you have 1000 feet a minute and on the MCP altitude you have 410, for instance, even if in the legs page there is an active waypoint with 5000 feet or below, or 5000 feet hard altitude, vertical speed don't care. Vertical speed doesn't look at the FMC. Vertical speed is even technically the worst pitch mode in terms of safety, because if you insert 6000 feet a minute vertical speed, it will stall the aircraft basically. So vertical speed doesn't look at all at the legs page. VNAV does. And so if you are in VNAV and you set 410, but you have a legs page with some step climb, VNAV will respect that step climb, providing you don't press Alt Intervent. Alt Intervent is the button which will give you the manual override of any restriction, and Nico now is showing you. That's Alt Intervent. Remember, and that's coded in the Zibo correctly, that if you have, let's imagine, legs page, I remember the Dublin departure, Leafy 7 alpha, I think it is, or 8 alpha. You have initially 90 or below, and then you have another restriction which is 230 or below, farther away. Now, if you set on the MCP 150, for instance, which is the clearance by ATC, if you press Alt Intervent will clear only any restriction between the aircraft and the level you have in the MCP. In other words, it will clear only the 90 or below. It will not clear the 230 or below because it's above the MCP selected altitude. If you set a 250 later on, then if it's an unrestricted climb, or as they say in UK, climb now, that means forget the restriction, climb now unrestricted, 250, then you can press Alt Intervent, and this will clear any restriction below the selected level. Hope is clear. But vertical speed doesn't look at the legs page. It's the
Just
so-called
one
medium
other
level of
question.
automation.
Just one other question there, Sasso.
Yeah.
If, for example, there was a 6,000 and a 9,000 restriction and your MCP is set for 15,000, doesn't Alt Intervent only clear one restriction at a time?
At a time, yeah. So you need to push as many time, as many restrictions you want to clear. That's why it's important, and that's Boeing philosophy, that the pilot flying will have And in fact, that's actually coded in the Zibo, and that's what you can see in the real aircraft. Pilot flying the part with the takeoff page into the FMC. As soon as the aircraft is airborne, without touching anything, the FMC page transitions automatically into the climb page. Top right of the climb page, you will find the next active restriction. So the pilot flying, who is in charge of the vertical profile of the aircraft, can press easily Alt Intervent and look at the climb page on his side, on his FMC, and looking at the top right, he can see and spot immediately if there is or if there are other restrictions. One push of Alt Intervent clear one line of Alt Intervent. So you have 3 restrictions to clear: Stansted departure, you have 4,000 and then 5,000, like 3 or 4 times. You need 3 or 4 times to push the Alt Intervent button. That's not wrong. That's how it is the real aircraft.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Remember, guys, low level of automation is a manual flight with the flight director on, no autopilot on auto throttle. Medium level of automation, auto throttle, autopilot, level change, heading select, or vertical speed. Highest level of automation is what we do now, what we do 90% of the time: LNAV, VNAV, autopilot, auto throttle. So is the autopilot controlled as well with information coming from the FMC, which is the highest level of automation. Fun enough, human factor, sometimes it's important that the pilot downgrade a level of automation. Imagine there is an FMC problem. I had this on the line a couple of times. It might happen. If the FMC has a problem, the first thing you're going to lose, most likely, is LNAV. Second thing, most likely you're going to lose VNAV. So again, the pilot has to be there, ready to just revert to a lower level of automation. Level change, heading select, job is done. So it's important to know as well that sometimes we aim for LNAV and VNAV, but sometimes we need just to revert to a lower level of automation, regain the so-called situational awareness, then fix the problem if there is any problem, then we can go back into LNAV and VNAV. Yeah.
Brilliant, Sasso. You came at the right time, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, how is it going? All good?
All good, thank you very much, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, as you can see, Zibo and Nico didn't have Christmas Day off. They've had three updates already.
He's one of the few, administrators that fly in holidays day as well.
Tell you what, I had a comment for somebody yesterday as well. It's because we love what we do, It's not a chore,
Definitely,
it's not a job, it's something we love, Makes a huge difference.
Definitely.
I was very grateful last night when I could go to sleep, because it was a good day. It was a really nice day. Did you have a nice day, nice family gathering and stuff, Sasso?
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, thanks. Basically, we went out, me and my girlfriend, we went out from our house like 9 o'clock in the morning. We came back 8:30 in the evening. So a full day out with friends and family. That was nice. Yeah.
You, Mac? Did you have family?
No, mine's today. Meeting up this afternoon.
Okay. Sasso,
Yes.
have you got an iPad?
I can have one. Yes.
Okay, there's a competition I'm running that you're welcome to
Oh.
enter. Okay, on this
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, I saw it. Sorry. If you mean the Fly Deck FMS.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I saw it already. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
open.
honest.
Okay.
I don't wanna join, but not because I wanna leave the opportunity for other people to win.
Gotcha.
So
Understand.
I'm happy, but that's definitely something that will improve the simulation. Absolutely, I can
Good.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well,
The other day I was thinking about the wing.
I wish I could give some of them away, but I don't have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I got 32 giga of RAM, DDR5 in my laptop, and
Yeah.
I got X-Plane with 75 frames, something similar.
That's nice.
So that's really nice. Yeah.
So you've noticed the 12.4 update improving your FPS?
Definitely. Yeah, I saw it.
There's another thing we've got to look out for on the descent, Sasso. Somebody's commented that the decel point at 10,000 feet isn't showing two green decel
So green
points.
circle. Okay.
So if I'm not here, just remind Nico to focus in on it, please.
I'm pretty sure I saw it yesterday. I think what's more pertinent is that one of the decel points was on top of one of those rings.
Yeah.
Just make sure that it's differentiated or not. I don't know. But we'll see when we get there.
Remember as well that these will only be shown if
Bro, you're
your
not talking in your
target
mic.
speed.
You
Now?
need to talk more in your mic, yeah. Now.
So these will be shown only if the target speed in descent is higher than 250. If you have speed restriction, I don't know, 250 below 100, but your target speed, for any reason, you're flying online, you're going into an event, ATC tell you due to sequence, maintain a speed, I don't know, 240 or 220 during descent. Now, you go into the descent page, you update your target speed, which is not the target speed below 100, but is the classic descent speed. The green circle, for obvious reason, will not be shown because there is no deceleration. I don't know if that's clear. I mean, it doesn't have to be there all
Makes sense.
time.
Yeah.
Only
Makes
if
sense.
there is a deceleration.
Yes. Makes sense.
Yeah. Now, it's one of those things that we think now it should be there, but it is linked to something else.
So Ryanair and their wisdom have given you how many days off for Christmas?
No, actually, it's only one.
Oh.
Then they are working again. Yeah.
I couldn't believe how many flights out of Dublin there were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly 600.
Yeah, Nico. Just one thing. Can you go into the crew in the FMC? Just wanna check one thing. Okay, VNav.
I'm struggling this side as well. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I want to see. I just want to change permissions on the channel quickly if I can, but I'm struggling. Okay, I did it. All right. Okay, where do you want me to go?
VNav.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
How are you?
Vina.
Step. Okay, that's good. Now next page.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. 240. Okay, now I want you to do something for me. Legs page.
Yeah.
Next. Next again. Okay, now line select Fox India 17. Make it a slash 0 2400. Now VNav. Next page. Now, can you see where it says on the right, waypoint / altitude, where there is written LGX, flight level 110, the one above? There, line select, press it. Fantastic, so that this works as well. Good. That's it. Thanks.
Okay. Cool, Par. Good morning. Sorry about that, but we're in the middle of something, so you just have to wait a
No
second.
problem, no
there.
problem.
Welcome.
Have a good works. Well, hello. Right, thank you. How's it going?
All good. We're excited to test the new version. We're excited to give stuff away. And we're happy Sasso is here to make us even more clever. You know, what better can we
Very
do?
nice.
We're living the dream.
Tabletop is so good. It's the new version.
This is a new version.
Very nice.
We have picked up one problem on the dispatch, Sasso.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't fly an arc to the next waypoint correctly.
On the set, yeah.
The
on
arc,
the
okay.
SID.
How is it working?
Sorry?
Hot? Head-up display.
The heads-up display, of course
It's
it
working?
works. It
Oh,
works
nice.
perfect.
Very nice. Very nice.
And you've got the control down below for setting up.
Yeah, I actually set it up for run.
Yeah, down there.
So that's a question for you from Krister.
You can add sunshade if you don't already have one.
Sorry, your mic is very bad. Say again.
Sorry, it's my microphone is so bad. You can add sunshade if you don't already have one.
What do you mean, sunshade? Am I hearing you correctly? I'm actually not sure what I heard, but anyway, try again.
Sunshade is like be sunglasses in cockpit. Do you know?
Well, yeah, you can put on the sunglasses here from here. You can go Control S. There's the sunglasses, Control S to take them away. The Zibomod doesn't have the same feature as the PMDG with the curtains. You know, there's nothing like that.
So, question from Krister, what is the point of changing the waypoint altitude? So, Krister, this will not affect your top of descent. because we haven't modified the legs page. The point of doing that is if you are under other vectors and you want to be keen to complete a continuous descent approach. So in other words, what I did, I took my last reference, which is the FAP point on the charts. So the Fox India 17 at an altitude of 2,400 feet is when I'm gonna intercept the glide slope. That's by legs page. Also, if you look on the charts, you're gonna see that the Fox India 17 is with a cross star. 2,400 feet is gonna be the platform of my ILS. So if I'm under other vectors, I did it now in the cruise, which is something unrealistic because this usually is done during the approach if ATC give you vectors. So it takes you away from the magenta line on the navigation display. So again, VNav could be good, but it depends on the situation. Maybe we have to go vertical speed or a bit of level change, or we need to modify our descent because ATC is taking us away. By inserting Fox India 17 and the altitude as a reference, the target altitude at that point into the descent page, now you get, if Nico point out again to that page, so it's a VNav descent. Now, what does he says at the moment, 960, is basically the vertical speed that we need to maintain now to go straight in a straight line to Fox India 17. And if we maintain that vertical speed, we're going to cross Fox India 17 at 2,400 feet. These big attention, this doesn't take into account any deceleration. It's just a slant range, a line from the aircraft to the point to cross the point at that target altitude. So it's very useful if you are under other vectors, because by maintaining that point on the FMC and by the FMC update regularly that vertical speed, you can adjust your rate of descent and try to do a continuous descent approach. That's the idea. Hope is clear. How is your virtual? Oh, my virtual ATC career on VATSIM is fantastic. I became now a rival controller in Milan, so really happy with that. Now I can open a couple of times Milan arrival for the 3 big airports. So yeah, it's progressing.
Yeah, I'm starting to set up slowly but surely.
Good.
Do you think all pilots should be capable of doing airfield controlling, Sasso? Does it give them a better appreciation, do you think?
Now, I can tell you my story. Before joining the actual company, I used to work in the Italian ATC company, and I used to work there to help them to train new ATC. So it was quite nice for me, because before joining this company as a pilot, I was, let's say, on the other side. I was able to talk with ATC, get feedback from them, and so on. What he gave me is a lot, because now when I joined this company, flying almost every day and so on, sometimes if you have questions or something, if you have a request to ATC and ATC says no, you know that behind this there is maybe a lot of work going on. They are there, the controllers are there to help us. If they say no, it's because they really can't. Otherwise, for them, it will be better clear us to a straight waypoint, hand over to the next ATC unit, job is done. One aircraft less to control. I'm talking mainly about radar, so ACC center areas. For sure, these gave me a lot of maybe situational awareness, I would say, because sometimes I don't know everything, of course, but I know some of the stuff that are going on the other side of the headset. So this is interesting. Plus, of course, he gave me the airspace knowledge, because flying into Milan, I used to be in the Milan control center. I know more or less the airspace classification, the airspace structure, the rules they have between ACC, so maybe between Rome and Milan. And sometimes I know that if I keep a good rate of climb, sometimes I get a shortcut, or I get handed over to the next ATC quicker than if I maintain just VNAV. And in this way, then with the next ATC, which controls some macro area, then I can get a direct routing, providing there is enough space and so on. So, you know, this little stuff is nice, especially when they work. And for sure now, even if it's virtual reality, I can tell you my experience with this virtual ATC association that I'm using. When they, let's say, teach me how to control the area of Milan, they are really into reality. They tell you the stuff as they are in the reality, and I apply them when I was flying the other day, and it works. So it's nice to see. It's really nice.
One thing that I've always observed when we've seen you flying is you do a lot of preempting scenarios. Because of your ATC awareness, I think you're better prepared for preempting those situations than somebody who hasn't had ATC experience.
For sure, is something you need to take into account, ATC. Talking about my career as instructor in the simulator as well, when I do especially recurrent simulator training for pilots on the line, I try to give them a realistic, as much as possible, a realistic ATC as well communication. Because otherwise, in the simulator already you are alone, which is a huge difference. Plus, you want to try, you are going to be the ATC in that scenario, you're going to be the cabin crew, you're going to be the engineer, the handling, everything. So I try to give them the best ATC I can in terms of realism. I try, especially when you do some emergency scenarios, some difficult scenarios. You try to simulate as well, questioning them about passengers on board, dangerous good, fuel on board, something like this, just to increase the level of simulation to make it as real as possible. Could be little things, but you know, that could be the difference then in a real scenario.
Another question relating to the current climate. Have companies' policies changed in regarding potential drone problems?
No. We do not have any changes on that, apart from, but this was already implemented there, you know, if you're doing in non-controlled areas, or if the descent or the climb take you into uncontrolled areas, climb but to 20 knots, for instance, so you have a a good climb rate, and you clear that areas, that not controlled area, as quickly as possible. Same thing with the descent. In the descent case, instead of maintaining 250 or 240. Maybe you want to maintain 220 to try to have a good lookout. Now, talking about drones, these rules, these mitigation could work with light aircraft. It will not work with drones. It's impossible for us at our speed to see a drones. It's just impossible as a human to spot a drone.
I was watching a flight radar video of a pilot flying from France to it wasn't Sweden, I think it was, and they'd had drone activity over the Baltic Sea there, and the extra fuel they had to plan to take, etc.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, can I just interrupt you guys there? I've
Yeah.
noticed that the bot stopped listening to the entries. Can everybody that entered the competition just enter again, please? Because when I refreshed the page to see that it, where it's stuck and to try and fix it, it actually threw the entries away. Can you guys just all re-enter the competition? Same command, exclamation FDF. Let's get you guys on board again, please. I do apologize for that, but I don't know why the bot stopped listening. Because it started to just ignore the last couple of guys. So after this Muzan Jackson person, that was the first one I noticed. Also, I didn't see Arthur, I didn't see your one, and I just pressed F5 and just went all threw it away. Bloody stupid thing. Hope it's still listening. Yeah, Steve, there you go. There we go. Then now it's coming back in. I apologize, everyone. It's out of my control. The stupid automation doesn't work. We can't go back to vertical speed in this thing.
It's on holiday.
Yeah. So please, everybody, just re-enter again. Before we do the actual drawing, I'll just call it out again. So whoever left, then came back and just put their name again. Apparently not. I've seen people without caps putting it in. I don't remember who it was who didn't put it in caps, and I was actually surprised. I thought it must be like a sensitive. Do both. The bot is not going to give you 2 entries if you do both. So just do both. Let's just make sure this stupid thing registers all you guys. So weird. Thank you, everyone. See, it's busy populating nicely the seats. Not how far away. Oh, we're about 84 nautical miles. I said what we'll do is around about top of descent, we'll quickly push the button, get the winner. There will be 4 more tries. So the next 4 streams, we're going to repeat it. So if you don't win today, try the next time, try the next time, try the next time. There's not that many people that enter, so you stand a good chance of winning. Sorry for the interruption, Sasso and trying, but it was
No worries.
kind of annoying on my side now.
No, it was important to say.
Yeah.
Another interesting video you might want to watch is Antonio. Flight Radar did a trip into St. Helena in the
St. Helena,
Atlantic.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did it happen?
It's a flight from Africa to St. Helena.
I think it was Cape
But-
Town. Cape Town to St. Helena.
Yeah. But it was discussing all the wind options and everything needed to be taken into the calculation because the diversion airfield, it's got E-tops in it and everything. And the wind characteristics and the weather characteristics around St. Helena makes it a very interesting story.
It's interesting and dangerous. I landed the 737-800 NG there twice already. I tell you what, you sweat. You sweat. Promise you. They actually stopped doing it. They don't fly the 73s there anymore. It's the ERJs and the CRJs that's flying there.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
I have a feeling they may try the A200 in the future, maybe.
Yeah, they could, as long as it's small. You see, when they built the runway, whoever built the runway, I don't think they had much option, but they didn't really take the winds into account, and the winds is what makes it dangerous.
Yeah. The winds can actually reverse direction on the runway, Sasso.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So you can come
That's
in.
good for performance.
You can come in but it goes back again because there's a hill. It sweeps round the hill. You can have a headwind. It can turn to a tailwind and back to a headwind.
Wow.
But also, a lot of approaches, you will get wind shear warnings.
Of course.
Right, what you need to do is you need to read the instructions in the show notes below the video. There's some rules. Obviously, you need to own an iPad and you need to have an Apple Store account. Okay, because if we cannot allocate this to your Apple Store account, we can't really give you the software. Okay, so then the next step is you put exclamation mark FDF, and that will enter you into the raffle. So guys, we're running out of time. You've got like 2 minutes left. Everybody that still needs to enter or who have entered before, just do it again. For those of you that we lost along the way, please enter your exclamation FDF. Try it caps, lowercase. It doesn't appear to make a difference. Just make sure you do it so you get in there. Unfortunately, we lost some of you guys along the way, and that's why you have to do it again. So please make sure you do it again. Alright, just to put you guys into the picture, this is what I see. So if you don't see your name in the list, it means you're not eligible. For some reason, you either got thrown out or not registered. So please make sure you see your name in the list. Those people that have their names in the list are eligible for the prize. So exclamation FDF. Foxtrot, Delta, Foxtrot.
If I try, Nico, can you remove me then from
Yes.
there just to see if it's working?
Yes.
Exclamation FTF. I did it in lowercase, so I should appear there.
Okay, we'll see just now. It takes a second or two. This thing isn't the best kind of software, it seems, for this, but let's see. I don't see you in the comments that you made the comment in the comments.
No, I
That's
don't either.
Maybe you need to update the page. I don't know.
The moment I
Right,
press the
refresh.
F5, there we go. No, the moment I refresh, there's your name now. The moment I click the F5,
Yeah.
it throws everybody away, and then everybody needs to do it again, and that's why we had the issue earlier, which is so stupid. But then,
Okay, but now
Right.
I'm there.
yeah, you
Okay,
are.
sense. Just
Okay.
delete me or I don't know,
Just-
deflag,
oh,
whatever.
So, I clicked the wrong one. I was
So
clicking on
lower,
Sasso. Anyway,
the lower capture works as well.
yeah, the Sasso's.
That's good.
Yay! All right, yeah, I'm showing you guys the page so that you can't complain afterwards and say, "Oh no, I cheated. I chose a favorite." I'm gonna click this button once, and then it's gonna show us who the winner is. Okay, then the rest of the story is you need to contact me before the end of the stream, either through Messenger or through Discord privately, and give me your details for your account, that email that you used to register at the Apple Store. If your email is not linked to the store, I don't think it's going to work for you. So you need to make sure it's got to be the same Apple Store account email. And then I'll email you the license key.
You're going to Porto, you said.
Yes. Runway 17, go around, turn around, go to runway 35. We need to test both.
Yeah. Okay. Lima,
So
Papa,
yeah.
Romeo.
So there's no chance of an engine failure today.
Why? Depends.
Yeah, in the
know?
go around.
Yeah. So, Oporto. Yeah. Oh, the weather. Oh, we have shower in the vicinity. Nah, that's not fun. Then. So, what do we need to test in the go around?
The new code for the localizer, we need to test it on a tailwind and a headwind. So we're going to have basically a headwind going into 17, and then we need to turn around and reconfigure for the Ian to go back on runway 35. So we'll do the go around, go into the hold, reconfigure the aircraft, then go to runway 35, so we can get the feeling of the localizer on the tailwind.
So I
test.
would say, airmanship, we do the opposite. We first do it on a tailwind runway.
Okay.
Then we do the go around because we are under tailwind. Then we reconfigure. We come back for runway 17, where we can proceed for a landing.
Okay. We can
and it's
do
going to
that.
be headwind.
All right. Before we do that, you figure
that.
it out.
Go.
Let me press the button. Let's see who's the lucky winner today.
Go. Don't shut the streaming. Don't get the wrong button.
Okay, there we go. Krister is our winner. There we go.
Good.
Thank you everybody for entering. You've got 4 more chances. So if you come back in the next 4 streams, you're going to have 4 more chances of winning. Krister, you won't be able to enter again. Just be careful. And that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for participating. Send me a message, Krister, with your Apple ID thing, and then I can send you your code. Great stuff. That was nice. Okay, I'm back with you. I think we need to then quickly look at reconfiguring this aircraft. To switch over. Going to runway 35.
What's the arrival waypoint?
I'm looking. Wait.
Forget it. I'm gonna do the ATC for you. I can tell you the point where to go.
All right, because I was thinking on Able, the Able 3 Tango or 3 Mike. 3 Tango.
Nah. Do we have ATC?
No, we don't. No, I'm not online.
Okay.
I'm not online either.
Okay,
wait a minute,
don't worry.
Wait a minute. This thing is not giving me the right runway. We want to go to runway 35. That's why I'm getting the wrong information. Now we change that. Now we go for this arrival.
No, don't worry about the arrival. Don't worry.
I've got it.
I've
got it. It's going to be the Inky 6 Charlie.
Inkit 6 Charlie. Okay, yeah.
We put that on the screen there. Okay, so we're gonna go there and there, or we might as well. Oh yeah, we can take a shortcut to Inkit. Then we go into 3.5. That's it. End of story.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, because you're gonna change your descent,
it's
go for
already thinking it's at the top of descent already.
So you said we need to test the localizer.
Yes. Yeah. The way the aircraft handles the localizer.
But there is no ILS or runway 35.
There is a localizer on Ian. There is a localizer
So
on
we're gonna
Egnos.
use Ian.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So then it's gonna be the AirNav. Good. And you have Ian enabled. Fine.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Superb. Magic. So then we do the go around. We're gonna establish ourselves in the old at Retmo. We reconfigure, and then we vector ourselves for the ILS 17. So I'm gonna give you the vectors on the streaming. Good. Then RMP 35. Go around is a straight, then left without speed restriction.
And
that's good
enough.
enough.
Flight level 060.
Sixth journey. Yeah, 110 will be the first restriction, which is Inkit 110 or above. So you can set 110 in the MCP.
There you go, Christer. I've sent you your license key there. Sasso?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just a psychological trick in my mind, but I'm actually sweating already.
Nah, don't worry. Don't worry. No, be happy. Don't worry. So, I would just say on the MCP, set 110 because that's the first restriction on the Inkim 6 Charlie.
Why do you want to stop me? I can go right through. I don't have a problem going right through.
Okay. Yeah, but 2400 is not what we need anymore.
No, of course it's changed. It's now this.
No, that's my thing. Even when I'm flying without ATC, I always prefer to update my MCP because for me, that's a way of maintaining the vertical profile of the aircraft in my mind.
Yeah. Listen. Also another thing, we can use LPV. We can use LPV.
Oh my God, you too posh. That's really posh. That's really first class airline. Oh my God.
You know.
Even already this approach button on a non-precision, it's already hard to understand for me.
Don't you worry.
You see, that's the director earning the salary by pressing a button.
You see. Anyway, okay, so we've got that. We've got that. Our minimum.
So frequency. Remember, quick runway change or short notice. FMC, FF. Frequency, minima, courses, fix,
minima, I'm busy doing
if you use.
8. Courses. Change here, right? Courses. I was struggling to see with the sun. That's 171. That needs to be 1.
Does your aircraft have the capability for this
I have.
The Ian.
Ian
No.
approach?
Oh,
This is
no.
Ian. We're now doing L.
Okay, you're doing LPV now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
frequency
but how
scaller.
can you
Yeah.
use... Now, question. Because you
Yeah.
said you want to test the lock behavior.
Yeah.
How can you test the lock with LPV? Is it going to
doesn't
work the
matter.
same thing?
It's basically the same thing. Okay.
Okay,
Because I've
fair
tested it before. I tested it before for Zibo on both ILS and LPV. So that's why when I saw we
Okay.
can do LPV, we'll go back there. I mean,
Good.
we're going to get some form of localized.
The final approach course and glide path
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
Okay, good.
fact. Yeah.
Nice. So frequency, minima, done. Courses,
Courses,
done.
done.
Fix, we don't need.
Nope.
Fuel, so a review of the VREF, I would say we are good. Flap 30,
Yeah.
auto brake 3. Regarding the go around, it says proceed straight ahead, Papa Romeo 544, then left to Retmo. So if we go into the legs page, we want to make sure this is coded correctly. So if you go legs, previous page, because that's going to be at the end. So previous page, we do not have the runway waypoint. This means actually Papa Romeo 543 is over the threshold. Then once we press toga, approaching the minimum, we're gonna do toga, go around flap 15. So we need to take flap 15, leave the auto throttle on, so we monitor that the auto throttle advance to the reduced go around thrust. Papa Romeo 544 LNAV should come engaged above 50 feet array. Flap 15, flap 5, so remember you need to control the pitch because the autopilot will disconnect. Papa Romeo 544, left turn. We proceed to Retmo, stopping at 60, which is a level. So once you are establishing the climb inbound to Retmo, we need to go standard on the altimeter. No speed restriction. The only speed restriction is 230, which means we are going to be able to clean up until flap up.
Yes.
And then there is an hold. So to double check the hold is correct, you can press the hold button. On the charts, it says 081 right turn, and that's what it says there. So LNAV will give us good guidance so we can follow VNAV. Good. Once we are established to Retmo, leveled 060, Command A, auto throttle double check is on, and the job is done. Then we join the hold in LNAV. So at the end of this go around, I want to see on the FMA N1, LNAV, alt hold. That's what I want to have.
Right.
Good. Happy days. Quick question, guys. If you don't know, if there is any speed, so let's go in order. Legs page, Nico. Now that we cross Inkit, we can update to the next waypoint, to the next restriction. So you can down the MCP to 80. Fantastic. That's interesting, guys. If you do have a speed restriction on the go around and you don't know if you need to maintain flap out and flap or whatever flap is, first on the go around, remember the go around speed are based on the maximum takeoff weight. In other words, they are fixed speed. The speed management will be at pre-recorded, pre-decided speed, which are for flap up 222, flap 1 202, flap 5 182. In this case, we have 230, so we know we can clean up to flap up. Once we go out from toga mode, so once we are in, I don't know, alt acquire, alt hold, and so on, the speed window will open. And now we can manually set the speed we want. If we do have a speed restriction and we want to know before what is our actual flap up speed, remember there is a little rule which is a vref 40 plus 70. So if you now go into the init ref, Nico, at the actual weight, flap 40 says 141. So at the actual gross weight, 141 plus 70 is a 20211. So 211 is my actual up speed. Magician. Yeah, that's Boeing. VREF 40 plus 70. So if we are now planning to land, I don't know, what is going to be our gross weight on landing, Nico? How much we're going to burn? 300, so that's 64.7. So on a go around, again, 141, so I know that my up speed is going to be 211, which means that if I have any speed restriction below 211, I know already that I will not be in flap up configuration because I can't, at least initially. Then I can always talk with ATC and negotiate a free speed go around, but it depends if there is any terrain. So VREF 40 plus 70 give you your speed. And in fact, look there, now the up speed appeared. Now, as you can see there already, is slightly above the white line of 210. That's the 211. Magician. Boeing.
Can you actually hear me? Sorry, I didn't see this thing registered that I was talking. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't the last conversation.
That's weird. I don't know. I was looking at it and I was talking and you talked over me and I didn't see that you heard me. That's why I'm asking.
Oh.
Anyway, and now you can.
Yeah, we can.
Ooh, speed brake. Braking.
Yeah, so we are approaching Divut. Next level is going to be 7-0. Yeah. After 7-0, we're going to go down to 4,000. And we need to remember that as we set the 4,000 on the MCP, because it's an altitude, we need to switch into altimeter.
Yes.
And I suggest, guys, do these when you're doing your flight simulation. Also, when you are not with ATC, because these will put a bit of extra work on your mind, but it will allow you to maintain the situational awareness of the vertical profile of the aircraft.
And it keeps you awake if you're a bit tired, you know that you have to do something.
True, as well. So now 1 mile almost to go from the Papa Romeo 646. 1 mile from the waypoint, you can update it to the next altitude. So now go 4,000 and go immediately and set the QNH. Boom. Is 1013. Perfect. Good. Now immediately if you see any deviation, speed brake if required, because we went into common VNAV. Within 200, it will go back into VNAV path. There you go.
Okay.
Boom. Now we set the 4,000. No more update because 4,000 is our altitude until Akulu. 1 mile from Akulu, we're going to set the next restriction, which is 3,000. That's how you follow your aircraft in your mind. And that's how you try to stay ahead of the game. So approaching Akutu, I look at the wind. I know I'm expecting tailwind. So already at Akulu, I want to start to think about any speed. So in other words, I want to try to be at Akulu already at the up speed and then be ready with the flap if required. So reduce the range a bit, Nico. That's the deceleration point coming in. So now the speed is starting to reduce to the up speed. At Takulu, we want 189. So if you press a VNav on the FMC, we can show people that the deceleration is saying 211 flaps. In other words, it's saying, my dear pilot, unless you give me flap, I will not go below the up speed, which, believe or not, guys, 211 as expected. That's your up speed. So I will suggest now 3,000 feet, first of all, and then flap 1, speed intervent, so we keep the speed down under our finger. Boom. Adding 341 for the runway.
I should have got
The
this.
wind is still headwind, so that's good. Now, in terms of LPV, the lock is coming, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Approach,
Yeah,
technically.
this.
There you go. Localizer. Okay, that's good. Glide slope as well. So I would say, because we are expecting potential tailwind at some point, be conservative. Flap 5, match speed. Good. Enjoy the view. Until whenever you want to configure for the gear.
Yeah, just messed around with the wrong button.
Good.
See.
The other thing is, you can see, guys, that below Vorlock, below the roll mode, LNAV is white. LNAV is armed, which means tap on pressing toga, passing 50 feet array, or if we do toga above 50 feet array, LNAV will become the active roll mode automatically, providing you press toga, guys.
Yep.
That's why toga is vital to start a go around, because it will reset the flight director. Other interesting thing, LNAV will not be armed unless you have the active waypoint in front of you. That's something else interesting. Glide slope should come there, or glide path, whatever it's called. Yeah. As soon as we cross that waypoint, Nico would suggest to configure with the gear.
Yeah.
So we cover ourselves for any possible tailwind. Good. Okay, now glide slope or glide path. So set the missed approach. We set the level 60. Good, so we are covered on that. Continue with the flap 30, final speed.
Radio altimeter.
Fantastic.
There
So
we
is
go.
start switches continuous.
Yeah, our continuous, yes.
Recall, press it. Speed brake arm green light. Landing gear down 3 green. Auto brake
Yes.
3 set. Flaps
Set.
30 green light.
Yep.
And we are clear to land technically. Nice.
Ah, this looks
So we know we're gonna do a go around. So approaching, when we hear minimum, Nico, you're gonna press toga. Thrust will do everything on his own because the auto throttle will be armed. We just have to verify that the speed mode became GA on the FMA, which means reduce go around thrust around 90, just below 90%. I'm expecting. Autopilot will disconnect, slowly rotate to 15 degrees angle of 15 degrees of pitch, then follow the flight director. Okay. The positive rate, gear up, then I'm gonna call you the FMA changes. And then you can fly the flight director as he comes. Happy?
happy.
Good. Fly save, please. Just in case we need to test something. Perfect. Good. I just thought it might be good to save it.
That's a good idea.
What I always do, guys, top of the Y bar is the 1000 above the airfield elevation, not radio, above the airfield elevation. I always double check that I have the missed approach set, just in case. Okay, so top of the white, even if it's not the procedure, I also always double check that the missed approach is set.
Yeah, this is some even with map enhancement.
It's nice.
That's all I'm using. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
great.
nice. Okay, let's just wait for the
Finger is
minimum.
ready.
When you hear minimum, you press toggle and then gently rotate 15 degrees nose up.
Approaching decision height. 300. Minimums.
Okay, go around. There you go. Flap 15. And now follow gently the flight director. Look at the speed, guys. GA, the speed is increasing, but the speed window is closed. 172, that's fine. Get up. Now follow the flight director. Flap 5. LNAV is green, which is fantastic. Oh, you engaged the autopilot. That's why we went into MCP speed. Okay, bug up manually because we want to clean up. Good. And immediately go to standard because we're going to climb to a level, not to an altitude. Now the pitch mode is going to reduce. Speed is increasing like a normal takeoff, guys. Flap 1. Match the heading for the turn. So in case you have an FMC failure, you can just press heading select. So turn the aircraft. In the meantime, look at the speed. So you can go flap up. Then, because we are gonna join an old Nico, I would suggest keep the speed to 20. Or even the up speed. There is no point to go faster in the old. Good. So now we just monitor the rate. Considering we have flap up, you will go vertical speed 2000 feet a minute or even 1500. Imagine there is a busy airspace, so you don't want to trigger any TCAS array with some traffic above you. 1 to go, so crossing 50, you will go vertical speed 1000, guys. Always, always ahead of the aircraft. Nice. Makes sense, huh?
We lost our path. Look, we lost the path.
Good. Heading select then. Boom. That's why you need heading select. So now I will say alt page.
Sorry, which page?
There is an alt there. So just press Retmo again on top. Execute. Okay, go LNAV. Now alt page. Retmo. Select Retmo at the bottom now. Okay, there is a wrong code or something. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, there is a problem with this.
Yeah.
Something
So there is a problem,
loopy,
I would say, in the IRAC. Unless it's a problem with the old, but I don't think so. So, backup plan, make it right heading 280. Okay. Speed 220 is good. 60. So FMA, alt hold, heading select, please.
FMA, hold on.
Heading select.
Alt hold is on. Heading select.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it, because we need to turn.
Okay, can we just try type this in manually because it doesn't want to take it?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Retmo.
No.
No. Is a problem possibly with the routing. So what I want you to do now is dep arrival, load the arrival we're gonna do later, and then we try to reload the old. Okay, make it Adnov, execute. Fantastic. Now legs page.
Morning flight sim. Sorry, where do you want to go next page?
Legs page.
Legs page. There you go.
Adnov on top and execute. Now type in Retmo. Retmo. Make it on top above Adnov. Execute. Don't go LNAV, just try to load the old. So hold. Next hold, because that's the one from the go around the 17. Line select Retmo again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like
01 return. Execute. LNAV. Good. Whew. Okay. That's why it's always important to match your heading.
yes.
So immediately, as soon as the FMC is going bananas, boom, heading select.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Superb. Magique. Okay, what do we need to do? We did a go around. So now technically will be the after takeoff checklist. But now because we are reconfiguring for another approach, we can do just a frequency, minima, courses, fix, fuel, reconfigure for runway 17.
Right. Get seven. Right, so now we want 1099, which is there. 9, that is there. Minimus will be 351. One standard atmosphere.
Fantastic.
Courses 17.
So frequency, minima, courses, fix, don't need, fuel. A quick review of the init ref. So let's imagine we're gonna learn in what, 3-4 minutes. Just take 64.2, I would say. Remember, guys, rough figures, 200 kilograms is 5 minutes of flying. So that looks good.
Yeah.
Again, always VREF 40 plus 70 give you your up speed. And in fact, now at the actual weight, if you go into init ref, you're gonna see that is probably 140 plus 70 to 10. Boom, bang on it. So the other things, guys, and I just take these 30 seconds, Nico.
Yeah.
When you do the go around, it might be that the altitude is different from what the chart says because of X reason, separation from other aircraft mainly. So if you go now, Nico, in a VNAV on the FMC, you can see, guys, that the cruise is flight level 060 because this is taken from the go around route. But if ATC give you vectors, event online or something, or level you at a different level from the missed approach, to make it VNAV work, you need to update your cruise page, guys. So let's imagine ATC stopped us at 80. We level at 80. We need to insert in the cruise page 80 to make VNAV now awake and synchronized with the aircraft. I don't know if that's clear. Otherwise, you can press VNAV as much time as you want. It will not work. I have my little flow. Every time I level off after a go around, after aviating the aircraft, once I have the automation on, then I always double check two things: cruise page and pressurization. Cruise page to easy my work, pressurization to save my life. So I always want to double check that if I'm now climbing, because I have terrain, because I need to divert, whatever I have to do, I have my cruise altitude updated again. This also will avoid any lights like of scheduled descent and so on. So I would say we go to now, not to Adnov, that's too easy. Just increase your range and equal it a bit. Good, Adnov is there. Okay, make it left heading 020. So ATC is taking us out of the hold and he's saying to us, start descend 4,000 feet. So 4,000 and go vertical speed 500 feet a minute in the descent. Why I'm doing this, guys? Because I'm not going straight to the waypoint, so there is no point to dive down. 500 in the descent, Mr. Captain. Descend, that's plus. You need to descend. You are climbing. That's why vertical speed will kill you, basically. Because even if you have a lower level set, you can go still above. And that's how it is in the real aircraft, guys. It's not a bug. Now, add nav on top. Execute. We don't go LNAV, but at least by executing, we have our path displayed. Can you see it? The path is displayed on the navigation display, providing the cruise was met. That's why it's important to update your cruise level after the go around. So now let's play with that point. We said Fox India 17 02400. So line select Fox India 17. Type slash 02400. VNAV page. Go there. Yeah, he's already there, but just perfect. So from now, from this position, if we go straight to the Fox India, we need to maintain 1,000 and whatever he says there to cross at 2,400. We are not going direct, so we maintain less. I don't know if this makes sense. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna intercept the ILS at the Fox India, which is runway 17, is at the Fox India 17 is at about 7.6 from the runway. So we're gonna prepare for this. So go Lex page, we do something more funny. Make it Fox India on top, but before executing, bottom right, intercept course, make it 171. So we are extending the center line. Good. Execute. Superb. Magic. VNAV page on, please. Now, ATC is telling us descend 2,400. So 2,400 and set the QNH, please. There you go. We start to reduce our speed. So make it up speed, and then you can call for flap 1 and match the speed. And we turn right heading 080. Now we are going, guys, almost straight to the Fox India. So I want to check that descend page, what the rate is giving to you. We are reducing the speed, so the rate is reducing as well. The rule is always the same. It's almost a 3 degrees glide, so it's almost half of the ground speed. So we want to increase the rate around 800 feet a minute. Good. Go flap 5 and reduce the speed to 180. Good. Fantastic. So I'm preparing myself in terms of rate of descent to try to meet that Fox India 2400. Look at the rate on the VNAV page. The rate is reducing because my ground speed is reducing. It's always the same rule. It's like when you fly the ILS as well. 90 degrees, so that's the normal base, and then there will be a final turn around 30 degrees offset from the runway. That's what ATC is going to give you. So we maintain this configuration. 180 knots is good as a speed. We always double check the path. Rate of descent, you can start to reduce it, 700 or 650 feet a minute. Okay. The speed is good, is reducing, because we don't want to arrive at the extended center line at 250 knots, guys, as I have seen a couple of times. So you want to have a good speed. For base is always 180. So ATC now calls us and says, right, heading 140, cleared ILS. Heading 140, as you can see, he cut the Fox India 17. We have chorus sensing on the localizer, so you can arm the localizer for now. We do not have the glide, so we do not arm approach. Now we have the glide, now you can arm approach. And now you can lower, reduce the rate, like 300 feet a minute or even 200 feet a minute, to try to do a continuous descent approach. So if you look at the VNAV page, it says 500 feet a minute, but we are already below, so it will capture. Make it, let's say, 250, 300 feet a minute. Good. There you go. That's a nice way to present yourself on final. Also because we are at 11 miles, 10 miles from the runway. Remember, 10 miles, maximum 200. 9 miles, maximum 190, and so on. I would say, Nico, match the flap 10 speed. So you can reduce the speed to match the flap 10. There you go.
Krister, I'll have to send him a message. I just received your message. I'll have to send the guy a message and ask him how it works, because he's given me those numbers, but no instructions after that. I was under the impression you downloaded, input your number, and then it works. So I'll have to ask him.
So there you go, guys. Localizer, so we can set heading 171 on the MCP, and the glide slope as well. So as you can see, we never level off. So now we have with the glide slope, you can set the missed approach again, which is 60 again. So you can set it on the MCP, 60. Good. And now, 8 miles to go. So as soon as we cross the Fox India, reduce the range on the navigation display, Nico. Good. As soon as we cross, is establishing the descent, FMA is making sense. Let's concentrate in the configuration. Gear down, flap 15. Good. Start switches, continuous. Recall, always press it. Speed brake arm green light. Landing gear down 3 green, auto brake 3 set. Flap 30, match speed. Good. Then init ref page. So we make sure we have a flap at 30, then 30 on the indicator, and the green light, and then the landing lights to on. And we are ready for a fantastic landing.
Landing lights on.
Good. As you can see, guys, again, LNAV is armed, ready to engage in a case of a go-around. So you have seen how useful it is to update that waypoint in the descent page, so you can calculate yourself the position. Remember, guys, That doesn't take into account any deceleration. Plus, it gives you only a straight line. So if you're not flying straight to the waypoint, take these into account. In other words, it's going to be more or less track miles. You need to take these into account. 1000, we make sure the missed approach is set, as we have.
Yes, done.
Good. Rock and roll.
Approaching 17.
In the meantime, while you do the landing, D-Wall, if you have turned auto throttle off, would you turn it on before toga? Negative. You go manual thrust, so you press toga. In this case, you manually advance the thrust levers, and then you just double check that the thrust is around 90%. 92 is okay. 86 is good. 70 is not good. So you just want to make sure the thrust is good for a go around. Around 90% is what Boeing says. And then you will engage the auto throttle once you are established either in the climb or in level flight. It's your choice.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Good.
This was
80 knots.
Love it.
yeah. Thank you, Sasso.
Pleasure.
Double Christmas present today.
3,000 feet remaining.
I want to tell you something. This aircraft has not been this solid on the localizer or FAC in a long time. I love this.
Yeah.
This is, I'm going to send Zibo a message just now. Zibo, if you're not watching, you know, you get your message just now anyway. Yeah. I say.
You're sweating.
Stress. Yeah, I'm not sweating that much anymore. It's strange. It's like getting
Okay.
a hiding. You know, it's the wait before the time that's the worst. It's not the hiding itself. You know, it's just,
Ah.
yeah. I am very grateful for your time and for your tuition.
Yeah, it's the
you know.
pleasure.
It's such a privilege, you know, if you really think about it. I mean, how many guys wouldn't give their front teeth to have a actual Boeing instructor with them? You know, it's just amazing.
Well, but the thing is, I mean, instructor or not, I love to pass the information as much
Yeah.
as I can. In terms of, you know, we know it's a simulation world.
Yeah, but still,
I just like to help pass the information.
it's
And
magnificent.
as well
It's
to
wonderful.
make the simulation a bit more real, with little things, you know.
Means a lot, Sasso. Means a lot to us. Yes.
Yeah. Well, they used to call me Santa, believe or not.
Yeah, because of your surname, I suppose.
Yeah, as well.
we made it.
Yeah.
Phew. There we go. Yeah.
That's my girlfriend opening the L1 door.
Ah, okay.
They opening automatically.
Yes. At some point.
Okay.
There it comes.
I wish to have such a good handling.
Hmm. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us. I'll try my best to do a stream later on again for the American guys because we've cut them out of the equation now. You're welcome to join and try your luck at this competition again. Christer, I'm gonna send a message to Michele just now to ask him how you redeem your code thing, and then we take it from there. I'll let you know. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.